All right, it's time to get down to business with the 1010 Life framework. And this business process is the easiest and most simplified process for the infopreneur, for the person who is sharing courses, doing coaching, things along those lines. And this is how I operate my business, keep it streamlined without ever feeling overwhelmed. Where our theme verse is Colossians 3:23, whatever your hands find to do it with all of your might, working for the Lord and not for man. So that focus continues to be in our mind to work in a way that is going to help the kingdom, not just provide profit for us, which is part of it, but to also bless others as well. So our message doesn't need to be pithy, but it needs to create a platform. In this section, we're looking at message marketing model monetization. And our message is that core thing that we rest on. It's the core element that we come back to over and over again that defines exactly what we do and who we do it for, so that we're not confused in what we're going after. I see too many people out there just trying to set up an online business for the sake of setting up an online business. They don't really have a message. Somebody just said this works, and so they try it. The challenge with that is that you don't feel any connection to it. It doesn't make you feel alive. You don't feel like you're out there really pursuing this audience for their benefit. You're just out there trying to, quote, make money online, as we've seen so many times. So when it comes from moving from pithy to actually having a platform, look at this in Joshua 24:15. But if serving the Lord seems undesirable to you, then choose for yourself this day whom you'll serve. But as for me and my household, we will serve the Lord. That's a message, right? That's a platform. That's something that Joshua could come back to for his family over and over and over and over and over again. Choose for yourselves. His message is, you make the choice. Here's what we're going to do. He could bring his family back to that over and over again. We want to do the same thing in our business. We want to have a core message. So how do we create that? Well, first of all, it begins with a cause. That we've got something that we so believe in, that we so pursue, that wakes us up, that keeps us alert, that keeps us focused, that keeps us on fire, because we're after change. We're after a result that becomes different. We're not simply trying to set something up and hope we make a few coins, but we know that in the process of income, we're going to make a tremendous impact. That lives are going to be changed. When people take my 5 Stones course, I know that they're going to reach goals they've never reached before. When they take my Brainwashed course, I know that they're going to get their thinking right. They're going to get their mind clear. They're going to move from cluttered to clear and really feel like I'm finally in control of my thoughts. When they take my productivity course, they're going to get more done in less time. So I've got a clear message for each one of those and a clear cause because of the result that's going to happen. Secondly is content. This is what you're producing and how your message comes to life, whether it's your videos, webinars, articles, posts on Facebook, images on Pinterest. Your content keeps coming back to this core message over and over and over again. And what it ends up doing is it makes your name and your message or your cause synonymous. That people know that have been around me, let's say a month online, follow me on like Facebook, they know that I'm going to say success is not an accident almost every single day. So that is a message, it's a cause that I say over and over and over and over again. It shows up in all of my content because it's the way that I sign the end of my emails, the end of articles, success is not an accident, Paul. So your content is going to be directly related to your cause, and your cause is obviously flowing out of your message. You want this consistency because you want to become known for your particular area. John Maxwell is not known for writing fiction stories. He's known for leadership. Zig Ziglar, even though he wrote books on like parenting and sales, he was known overall for like positivity and goal setting. That was really his cause, was to change his world through those teachings. So what's your content going to be? How are you going to align it to your cause so that your message is clear? And then connection. You don't simply want to connect on that head level. Somebody reads an article and goes, okay. You want to connect on that heart level as well, because what you're doing is that you are attracting your audience, which we'll talk about in the next module. You're attracting your audience, but you're attracting this following as well who takes up the cause with you, who doesn't just look at you as the leader, but there's such a connection that they believe in it as well, and they start spreading the message. They start sharing the message. So one of my videos, at least at this point, on Facebook has about 60,000 views and probably about 300 shares or so. It's because they connected with the message. I've got other videos that only have 100 views because the connection was not as strong. The content was not as strong. The cause was not as strong. So when you have cause and content and connection that are aligned, your message becomes now your platform. It's not just something pithy that you say, but it's something that you're known for, and people start turning to you to learn more about it. This is the base and the foundation of your business. Here's a statement that I love to fill in because I think that it really helps us clarify our message. I love to help people blank because I'm sick of blank. Within that is going to give you that core cause that you build content around that connects with your audience. So what's this look like? Here's your worksheet, cause, content, connection. And what I would do is I would say, I love to help people get results because I'm sick of seeing people give up. If I was to dive a little bit deeper, I might say I love to help people get results because I'm sick of seeing people not only give up, but expect the world just to come to them. This enabling mentality, this entitlement mentality, so that's part of my drive. That's part of why I speak this message over and over again, that success is not an accident, that it's not just going to happen, that things are not just going to fall in our laps, but instead we go out there and we work for them. Now, let me sidebar. I think that you got to have cause and content and connection for each one of your major themes. So for 1010 Life, it's live full. For my public speaking training, it's speak with passion or just leave me a note, right? So my cause can shift according to the product, according to the focus. But each focus that I'm out there promoting at the time needs to be extremely clear. So this one is success is not an accident. My content is fun, encouragement with a point and direction. So body, beliefs, and business. I do that in 1010. I do it in success is not an accident as well. So these are the core elements that I focus on, and it allows me to come back over and over and over again. So I'm going to say that your body's just not going to get in shape. You got to train, right? Your mind is not going to be under control. You got to take control of it. It likes to run off on its own, and your business is not going to grow itself. Just because you follow somebody's step-by-step process does not mean that it's going to work. Success is not an accident. So I want it to be fun. I want it to be encouraging. I want it to have a point. So my connection is often humor and directness. So if you're watching my Facebook videos, whereas this training has been fairly serious, I'm not quite as serious with those. I might tell a quirky story at the beginning, and then I make a point. I might tell the story about my grandmother calling me up one day, and I answered the phone. I said, hello, and she said, hey, Paul, this is Mama B. Hey, Mama B, how are you? Well, I couldn't get to the phone in time. I heard it ringing. I couldn't get to the phone in time. And so I was afraid that I missed your call. Did you call me? I said, no, Mama B, I didn't call you. She said, I know you didn't call your old grandmama every now and then. Right? So then I segue into the point of there's some people that we need to call today. There's some people we need to reach out to today. There's some people that we need to be intentional with today. So that's fun, a little bit humorous. And it still is success is not an accident. That your people that you need to be calling, it's not just going to happen. You've got to get out there and actually do it. You've got to take that step, right? So I want to help them get results because I'm sick of people giving up or just expecting things to happen. So how are you going to fill this out? What is going to be your cause? Write down your statement. I love to help people blank because I'm sick of blank. And the way that you utilize this is that when people ask you what you do, is I will say I help people get results. Embody beliefs in business. Why? Because I'm sick of, and that sick of is where you have the common enemy. You've got this place that you get to write articles about and say, here's what I'm tired of, and I can't believe that this happens. And, people are giving up all the time because of X, Y, and Z. They've been sold a bill of goods. And all of this is part of our platform that we get to create this resonance in the marketplace. So your first step within the 1010 life and focusing on online business is your message. Make sure that your message is clear. You've got a clear cause. Your content is built around the cause, and you connect in a certain way. Mine tends to be humor and directness. You need to write yours down. Your slant could be that you're a little bit cranky. You're a little bit grumpy. Your slant could be that you rant. Your slant could be that you're super sweet in even when everything around you is going crazy, right? So you get to choose the type of content that you're going to release and how you connect with your audience through that content. In the next section, we're going to dive into marketing. How do we really connect with this audience? How do we get to know them? And what's the process for really tapping into that on a little bit deeper level so that we've got clarity, better clarity about the model that we're going to choose and how we're going to monetize it.